Welcome to our pop-up studio today. I'm Alice.
And I'm Mari.
I want to talk today, Mari. Materials. We love materials. Why do I love materials so much? What is it about materials that makes me excited?
I don't know, and sometimes I think I'm the most important. I'm the most important thing in this. But then actually, when you bring materials in, I get really excited
But
because
we're
I think,
obsessed by them.
but I think they help us teach, they help us explore, they help us.
And
just
let's be honest about it,
investigate.
Mari, in today's, I might be 1 adult to 3 children to 5 children to 8 children, but it's really challenging. Because we've got so many children with so many diverse needs, and so the materials have to help me work more than they've ever worked before. What have you got in your basket?
So this is my basket of rolling.
Rolling. Balls.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Do you want to see? I do.
They actually make us think differently.
Well, you're inviting me to think straight away because I don't know what you just said the word rolling.
Basket. I wonder what's inside.
I'm not playing. I'm bored already.
Let's see.
Oh, so that's a timer, and you're telling me this rolls.
Yes.
Oh, but it doesn't roll in a straight line like a ball would do. It kind of curves. I wonder if that's because it's slightly wider than that. So there's loads of thinking going on by rolling this egg timer, and it rolls differently every time I roll it. What? No, that's nearly the same.
So that prediction, that thinking, all that science stuff.
So I've just discovered that the bottom, which is wider and bigger, leads the roll.
Oh, right, okay.
What else have you got that rolls?
Well, I love this. I love
a tube.
Because you think, right, okay, there's the rolling,
and
there's
that
the
one's
discovery.
That's not hollow, that's hollow, so that's interesting as well, isn't it, Mari? So it will roll, but it falls.
But you also know I love. You then can we roll it now?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, you roll it back and forwards, brilliant. Oh, yeah, and it came off the table. And also what you're doing is bending that, but that does not bend at all. So we're making there's loads of thinking going on in my head. Do we expect too much? Would children automatically roll? What else have you got in there? Oh, a roll of tape. So that one rolls. Yeah. Whoa. But I could also post things in. So that one fits in there, Mary. So I can post things as well and it fits in there. It's not going to roll.
Of course it's going to roll.
Okay. Oh, that one's a wobbly roll. Look at that.
It's so wobbly.
But it still does roll.
Oh, listen to the language you're using.
It's luscious. And we could post something in small. It could go in here.
Oh yes. This will roll.
Well, it could skid. Oh, I have to concentrate. Right, hang on. It was kind of easy to roll those, but let me see this one. Right, let me see. You ready? Oh, it rolled a tiny bit there.
Oh. Yeah, you're getting more.
So what that's making me want to do is do it again. To repeat. You know, so there's so much more value. So these are all captured in my eye, but there's so much more value to them than just the eye. I can see something in there. What's that? That's similar. So I'm doing similarities. What do you want me to do with that?
Can that roll?
Oh,
yes.
it rolls and it's a kind of. Oh, it's a hesitant roller. Oh, I love the sound it's making. Oh. And then this one, obviously. Oh, a ball.
Which is what I would normally give children when I'm thinking about
and
rolling
we can post
and dropping.
And roll and bounce and push and chase. I'm chasing these all as I roll them. Actually, Mari, do you know what we're doing? We're doing physics.
No, I can't do physics. That word even frightens me. Never mind doing it.
And so we are really, because what we're doing is we're thinking about cause, effect, pushing, holding, manipulating my body differently, and the speed and direction of where they go.
That's all physics. Scientist. Who knew? Actually, this is really interesting because I was at the swimming recently, and I was going into the locker to get something, and a gentleman said to me, "Mind your noggin." A gentleman said, "Mind your noggin," and I thought, "Oh, I'm in his way," and I went, "Oh, I'm really sorry," and he went, "No, watch you don't hurt your head. And so he was being nice to me, and I thought, but I straight away thought I was in his way.
So the way we talk to children about the materials that they're using is really important.
Yeah, because I've got something in my hand that can roll. In my hand now, in this hand.
Sorry, I was listening. Carry on.
That can roll. What do you think it is?
A small ball?
A small
A
ball.
pea?
A pea.
A pea!
Well, let me show you.
So it's a dice.
It's a dice.
And it's not round.
And it's not. And what do I always say? Can you roll
the dice? Well, I mean, I suppose we are trying to roll it. But that... Why do you not make... Well, we've got round dice somewhere, haven't we?
We have, yeah. So
you can... But I mean, I'm not going to do that with them. What else is in here? So there's an egg. Now that's interesting. That's got a... do we expect too much from the children, Mary, do you think?
Well, I think we need to give them the opportunity to use the materials in the way they want to use them.
So open-ended, child-led play is successful.
Yeah.
However, that one comes apart. Oh! That one almost did a... Look, that's doing a complete circle.
360.
Could you imagine if there was paint on the edge of that? I wonder how long it will keep going. That's like a spinning top, isn't it? Have you got a spinning top? No. Oh, hang on, that doesn't spin.
It does. You've just got to use your fine manipulative motor skills. Think about, see how much better that is.
Look. Oh, I do. No, there's a hole in there. Would it spin on some? Let me see. So there's a tiny little in the middle. Oh, but it is rolling. Is it rolling or is it turning and twisting?
Whoa! Definitely rolling there.
It was.
And then I've got this one. And it's the same, very similar to the one you have, but it hasn't got the lip on it.
And so
I'm twisting.
So you're twisting it, and so it is turning it.
Yeah.
And is it rolling? Is it rolling round
It's rolling round the...
catch the ridges that are holding it together. Sorry, I just grabbed that with you. That was very rude. I was
no,
a bit excited there. So actually what we've got on the table is everyday familiar objects that you might have in your house. That do roll.
And then again, interesting, I love these, the different sizes, the different weights, the different way they roll because of their size
and the height and I mean, wow, cars, tunnels, the children were involved in critical thinking, creative thinking. What have you got right?
Do you think that wrong?
Now that is an odd shape, so that's an irregular shape. Can I put some of them back in your basket? But it's a stone, just a stone, a pebble. And it is curved, because most of these are curved, and it's the curve, I think, that helps them roll. Because there are kind of curvy circles on it.
But I think you can get a straight edge dice.
You can. Yeah. So it rolls, but it's not a satisfactory roll
to you, because I think...
Because I'm used to that.
You're very much liking, you want things fast and furious, and whereas... but working together, you're challenged to work with me. Because you want to explore everything so quickly, you know. But actually rolling a ball between two people, to me, is much more effective than rolling it by myself, because then I have to go get it as well.
Well, that's it, so you've got double the work. And so these are tools for language, they're tools for physics, they're tools for science, they're tools for maths. So, it'll be interesting to see how different children will respond to them in different ways, I would guess.
And I think that's what we really need to think about when we're preparing materials, that we think about, you know, the individual child, who would like these, who would like the challenge of opening this and rolling it in a different way.
And when we thought we were going to have a conversation about rolling today, I just grabbed my bag of balls. So just grab my bag of balls. So if you see children that are really interested in, you know, they're going through a schema of repetition and rolling and a trajectory, because immediately if I give the balls, I don't concentrate on just rolling, the simplest.
And a lot of children like to throw. They like to throw. So you have to have the resources available to do that, but they have to be appropriate as well. So what have you got in your bag?
And so I've got the bag of balls, but you had this basket of rolling materials. What should come first, do you think, Mary?
It depends on the child again.
Depends on the child.
Yeah.
And what you've got to hand and
what
so
stage of development they're at. You know, if I'm maybe thinking about big gross motor skills,
Yeah.
maybe I want the balls to come first because I want
Okay.
that bigness.
But some of yours would have done that
yeah.
for me as well.
So the combination maybe then of
Okay.
fine and gross. You know, I think we work a lot on fine manipulative, and sometimes
that's
we forget
last,
about
the big,
all the big stuff.
definitely. And so they move fast, they move slowly, they can go straight, they can go wobbly, they can actually go in a complete concentric circle. In fact, there's
we
hundreds of
became
stuff.
scientists that I was unaware of. And
Testing, extending, exploring, doing all of those things.
And I think that as a practitioner, I love language. Language is my thing. So when I'm doing something like this, I always think about the language, but actually working with you has made me think about a lot more that is involved in the
And obviously we
materials.
can't see inside the child's heads. And so what we need to think about is we don't have time, guys. You and I don't have time when we are prepping to go into a nursery. You kind of almost do, you know how sometimes you drive home and you think, how did I get here? I think that's sometimes the way we think about materials, but materials are so supportive of children's thinking, children's engagement, children's responses, that we need to make more of them. And we hear about intelligent materials, and sometimes I think that means they're going to cost a fortune.
Yeah.
When
But
actually
we've just gathered something together here that will, because we've observed something and witnessed something and thought, right, let's take this forward.
We will think about what I decided was going to be about rolling another day.
Ooh.